There are a few small little common mistakes that tend to happen very often in various theses, so it might be a good idea to address them here. The first one is, if you're citing literature, like it is done here, always make sure that you have a space between the previous word and your citation. So if I have something like see more in Shell and Burger and Drake, don't add it like this, because that would give you something where the citation is basically glued to the word before that, and it would look something like this. Here's your citation, and this just doesn't look good. So every literature citation always has a space in front of it. Always remember that. Second thing is, literature citations always belong to the sentence where you want to make that citation. So if you have something, let's say this sentence here, and this cite command should prove that the statements you're claiming to make are in those sources, then always add the period after your citation. What happens a lot is that people do something like this, see more, and it's not a complete sentence, but that the sentence is done here, and the citation is somewhere outside here. And then let's add a little bit of lorem ipsum back then, and then the next sentence continues. So here, the citation is basically in no man's land. It's somewhere between the first sentence and the second sentence, but it belongs to nowhere. To make sure that your citation belongs to this first sentence, take the period, put it here, and make a proper space here, and then this is how it goes. Now, it didn't update, but this is how it goes. So now it's clear that these citations belong to this sentence, and that's just another sentence. Second thing is, if you have any sort of range, let's say something is between 5 and 10. So you would want to write something like 5 to 10. Don't use this regular hyphen here, because this one is just the wrong one. You need a longer dash. You need the en dash here. This would be the correct one. This is to denote a range of numbers 5 to 10. The same dash in German, it's the so-called Halbgeviertstrich. You will need it as a Gedankenstrich in German. So would you write something German? Er war und das war gut. Sehr gescheit. That's a German sentence here. Then you would need those two, and as you can see, they form this longer en dash here, which is a so-called Gedankenstrich. In English, now that we have an English document, it's even longer. It's an em dash, and you would add 3 normal dashes. 3 normal hyphens here. And the interesting thing is, you would do it without a space. So now we have a German sentence. So I'm going to fix it to English. He was, and that was good, very smart. Not a great sentence, but you know what I mean. And then it would look like this in English. It gives you an em dash. And in English, it's being set or placed without spaces. That's a very important thing. If you're placing a footnote, and if you've seen the previous video, then you should already know it. In contrast to the literature that always has a space when it's being cited, a footnote doesn't. So if I would add a footnote here, then blah, blah, here's no space. So never mix up the footnotes with the citations. Footnotes always stick to the word where they belong to. There's a few other things as well, but those are usually the most important ones. Sometimes we always see wrong quotes, but since the package is using the smart quotes environment, you can just use simple quotes. Something like, this is important. And since we're here in an English document, those vampire teeth are being converted to the proper English quotes. So you don't have to worry about that. And should the document be a German one, those would be German quotation marks, lower and upper quotation marks. So the Smart Quote environment will handle those correctly. You don't need to worry about these. A few other things. If you're referring to chapters and sections with references, a chapter always has a whole number. So it's only a chapter 1, 2, and 3, and 4. All the other things are sections. So there's a section 1.2 and a section 3.3.5 or something like that. There's never a chapter 1.2. That often gets mistaken as well. Those were just a few things that usually end up wrong in a lot of documents. There might be a few others. But if you follow these steps, at least those few basic things will turn out right in your thesis.